Hello, Salty Goldfish here. I'm ready for round 2 of Pauper Classic Tuesday. No. Ideal. And we won the die tip roll, so we're going to go ahead and play first. So, I think this is one of those hands that it looks really bad until you go, well, I have a ponder and a preordain. I'm going to hit my second land. I think when you have both, it's right. You should lead on ponder, because then if there's one card I don't want, I can preordain past it. So I think I'm not 100% sure on the Spire Golem. Spire Golem might be not good enough against some matchups. But it found me my second land. Let's see what we're playing against. Played against him last week, and I think it was White Weenie. Slivers. Okay. Let's put some pressure in the air. And I think I only need one Spire Golem, especially if I'm struggling to get my third land. Here's an interesting question. I could trade 1 for 1. I still come out mana ahead. Well, I know I do this. Do I take 1 or just start dealing 2? I think that's better. As tempting as it is to trade one of my Cloud of Fairies for his plated sliver, I mean, the plated sliver is not... It makes it really hard for me to trade with his slivers, but I think tempo-wise, I can just out-tempo him. Then I can play Spire Golem and Gush next turn. As tempting as it is to counter that for the color screw, I'd much rather just... this doesn't really color screw him. I'm confused, but okay. I'll trade 1 damage for 2 while holding up counter magic and a Vapor Snag. Because I'm the one winning the race. Crush so I can keep up Vapor Snag. I'm putting his 4 mana now, which is far more relevant. He has less white mana. Kind of. Well, this is one of those cases where it would actually be worse if it was a... It would have been better if it was a Vapor Snag, because I don't have enough mana to, top, 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 no. Alright, this game's won. Pretty much. It's almost impossible for him to get through. He has to have a spell that I can't spray or counter that gives him... He basically has to have 2... what are they called? Wing slivers? And a green mana, and another source of blue mana. That could do it. And that's one of those games where I think it's you feel the worst when you were playing against Delve. You're like, I feel like nothing I did mattered. Alright, so... Obviously change out Clutch for Coral Net. Cursive Chains is not very good against them. The question is, do I want... I mean, it's not terrible, but they still get the bonuses from that sliver. It basically just means it's basically... Well, it's pacifism. I think that's the only change I make. The Clutch Occurrence for the Coral Net. Because it's such a powerful card. I won't draw it, because I do it... Oh, well. Mulligan. Keep. You're definitely staying on top. One of those cases where if I was on the play, that's like a free Delver flip. Though it wasn't flip anyways. You flipping? You flipping? No. Alright, so... Oof. Rough. Brutal. Alright, so I want to get the ninja next turn up and online. And I just put them in the wrong order. Completely the wrong order. Yeah, I think that was such a bad order. I'm going to shuffle my library. Yeah. Do a coral knot. Very beneficial card. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to cast it out. Just get my full force online. That one I'm going to cycle at the end of his turn. I mean, I guess technically I removed a spell. He's basically on a 2. Yeah, he's dead. The Delver flipped. I attack with... I attack, I bounce something if he plays a flyer. He's just... I mean, he... Sure. That's largely the same thing. That's fine. I'm going to save my counterspell for, yeah, something that matters. So, I mean, I think... Slivers is kind of a clunky deck. It's a momentum deck. And it's inherently... Its tempo's bad. And Delver's a tempo control deck, so I think this is a pretty good matchup. As provided you don't fall behind.